Here's a sample med school MMI question and expert feedback.
So coming to Australia in general is just because from my own brother's experience, he currently lives there. He describes it as just amazing. And I've seen pictures of the weather, and my brother tells me about the people, and it all just seems so positive. And I find that being outside is how I take care of myself. I enjoy being out in the sun and being active, and this is how I can truly function at my optimal level and be more productive in my day and just take care of my own mental health and be happier. And so I believe that living in Australia will allow me to do that and function at my optimal level to be able to also give my all and my best effort towards my patients. And University of Queensland specifically, I truly admire your mission statement about education and research and community engagement. And I believe in all of those values. And like I mentioned before, I believe that research is how we're going to advance in the medical world. And, maybe some people might not see their grandparents die because as we advance in medicine, we can find cures to these diseases. And I also believe in community engagement because I've seen a lot of preventable diseases take a toll on people's lives just because no one was reaching out to them and perhaps trying to take a more preventative or educational approach to control these not simple, but manageable diseases until they get way out of control.
Here, you talked about your brother's experience. And I think you could have maybe been a little bit more specific here and expanded on this a little bit more, because you say that your brother described it as being amazing. But, and like that it was a lot of kind of these outside activities. But I didn't really get why, this doesn't really show me kind of why Australia is great for you and not any other place that has a lot of outdoor activities. So I think you could have maybe been more specific there. As well as you talked about how this helps you be more active and function optimally. I think you could have expanded more on that experience a little bit, kind of talking about what you like to do and how that helps you. So just providing that context to make it clear that this is something that is very important to you. Because I know that it is through that past interview, but during this answer, it wasn't as clear.
Okay.
And then you talked about the mission statement and how they have these various values that you had listed off, talking about research and innovation, and that how you wanted to kind of find cures. So relating back to that previous answer, I think here, if you're going to mention this as it made much more sense here after the fact. The other thing was community engagement. And once again, you talked about seeing these manageable diseases and wanting to be involved in preventing that. And once again, I think including an example to really show why that is the case would have been more appropriate, just to really provide that context and that evidence that this is something that you are actively interested in participating in, and is not something that you just read their mission statement and you're given that answer, which I know isn't the case, but we don't want anyone to kind of misunderstand.
More videos will be coming your way to help you tackle every MMI question you will face during your med school interview. But until then,